Hey guys, welcome to the grand finale of the best power scaling show on all of YouTube, but can they beat Goku? On today's episode, we cover composite Goku, meaning every version combined into one versus fiction. To do this video, I had members of my Discord server, link in bio, give me their strongest characters for me to scale against Goku, and I'll be covering every single one. Today, things are going to be a little different, as the guest is in fact not scaling first. I'm going to lead with the Comp Goku scale. By the way, many of the Goku versions about to scale have been covered extensively on this channel, so if you're a returning viewer and you already know this stuff and you'd like to skip around, timestamps are in the description. Without further ado, let's scale. I'm going to start with GT Goku, as it's the original continuity. Strength and attack potency. GT Goku has a few good strength feats. In this scan, he is shown to destroy an infinite void in his base form with a Kamehameha attack. Back in the day, I used to use this to scale him to high universal, and I assumed he capped there, but I did not look at this. Here, Goku gets trapped in Hell, along with Frieza and Cell, but as he begins powering up for a fight, he shakes all of Hell and Enma's realm in base form. That's a lot. The size of these two is not what I previously thought it to be. I'll address it in a minute. Little known fact, the old Z movies are actually canon to Dragon Ball GT. Proof you ask? Look at this little screenshot. Yep, that's cooler in Dragon Ball GT. This means the cooler movies are canon to GT, and since the Dragon Ball Z movies are their own continuity, it's anything goes. We can scale GT based off these old movies. In the Fusion Reborn movie, Goku powered up to Super Saiyan 3. In doing this, he shook the entire afterlife, including what he did in that Hell scan. So let's scale the whole afterlife. The afterlife consists of four main realms: Heaven, Hell, the Kaio realm, and Enma's realm. Heaven is stated here to be the same size as the living universe, which is stated countless times to be infinite in size. The Kaio realm contains Heaven, and containing infinite means it is infinite as well. Hell is stated to be bigger than Heaven, making it infinite, and Enma's realm is the same size as the Kaio realm and Hell, that's more infinity. That's four infinite realms. Now you may be saying it's only low multiversal, but take a look at this. Heaven is said to be dimensionally transcendental of the fourth dimensional living world, making it a fifth dimensional or complex multiversal structure. But wait, there's more. The Kaio realm contains Heaven, and is even larger than it. To be larger than a fifth dimensional construct is to be sixth dimensional, and Hell and Enma's realm are the same size as the Kaio realm, making them sixth dimensional as well. So Goku's raw power gets to sixth dimensional high complex multiversal. Now for speed. Here, Goku and Cooler are shown to be able to move and act inside an instant transmission. Now, everyone knows instant transmission is instantaneous or in no time. Sound familiar? That's inaccessible speed, moving in no time at all. GT Goku gets to 6th-dimensional high complex multiversal with inaccessible speed. Let's move on to the second continuity, Dragon Ball Super. Physical strength and destructive capacity. In the Battle of Gods arc of Dragon Ball Super, Goku clashed fists with Beerus, and Elder Kai made a statement that sums up Goku's strength. Elder Kai states, "If these two clash against each other like this a few more times, people, planets, gods like us, even Beerus and Goku will be completely destroyed. There will be nothing left in the universe. It will turn to a vacuum made of nothingness." This means Goku is able to threaten the entirety of the Universe 7 macrocosm. Now, I kinda already scaled it with GT, but I want to give the full scale at once, so I'm gonna do it again with everything put together. Again, if you already know it all, timestamps in the description, feel free to skip around. In the Dragon Ball Daizenshu, the living world of Universe 7 is stated to be infinite in size. And it's not only there, here's some more scans for all the down players. The Demon Realm is said to be the other side of the same coin as the living universe, as it's a parallel version of it where magic has more sway than science. Being parallel to infinity makes it equal to infinity as well. So the living world is a fourth dimensional space-time continuum with two infinite universes, making it fourth dimensional low multiversal. That wraps up the bottom half of the cosmology. Let's move on to the top half, the afterlife. First, we have Heaven, which is a single planet within the afterlife, which is stated to be the same size as the living universe, making it infinite. Not only is it infinite, it's stated to be dimensionally transcendental of the fourth dimensional living world, making it a fifth dimensional construct. Then there's the Kaio realm, which contains not only Heaven, but many other things. Being larger than an infinite fifth dimensional construct would make it sixth dimensional as well. Then there's Enma's realm and Hell. Hell is straight up stated to be bigger than Heaven, but not only that, Hell, along with Enma's realm, are equal in size to the Kaio realm, making them all sixth dimensional constructs, or high complex multiversal. But there's one more thing, the Kaioshin realm, not to be confused with the Kaio realm, which orbits around the entire macrocosm and is stated to be 1/10 the size of it. Everyone knows infinity divided by 10 equals infinity. You know, basic math. Now, sounds like high universal fodder, but that would be horribly wrong. Remember when I said that heaven dimensionally transcends the living world? Yeah, it also said it looks down on it. Now, if you look at these scans, the Kaioshin realm is stated to look down or observe the entire macrocosm the same way heaven does to the living world. That would make the Kaioshin realm 7-dimensional for transcending a 6-dimensional macrocosm. It's still high complex multiversal, but that's still a whole other dimensional layer above GT Goku. That's progress. This high complex multiversal power is not exclusive to the Super Saiyan God form. In this scan here, Goku was shown to absorb the power of the transformation into Super Saiyan 1 and later his base form. Speed. When Goku fought Hit, he was moving so fast that he was skipping time. Not stopping it, but skipping it. This means he was quite literally going so fast that he was breaking into the future. This is an immeasurable speed feat by itself, but it's Goku, so of course he goes faster than that. Lastly, in the Tournament of Power, Jiren is stated by Vitals to be transcending of time itself, and Goku was able to match that speed and even go beyond it. That's irrelevant speed. Super Goku would get to 7-dimensional high complex multiversal with irrelevant speed, but he also brings some interesting hacks to the table. Let's look at it. First of all, existence erasure hacks. Here he is shown preparing a Hakai attack to Zamasu's face, so that's a thing. Not only does he have this ability, he has a resistance to it as well. He has survived a Hakai from Frieza before. For notable stuff, that's about all from him. Now we're gonna get into some non-canon territory, Xeno Goku. For starters, Goku was able to beat up this guy, Demigra, in base form with no difficulty.
Well, Saiyaman, how strong is Demigra?
Let's find out. Demigra was stated to be capable of destroying all of history. What is history, you ask? From these scans on your screen, I gathered that there are infinite timelines within this history, each one containing the Dragon Ball multiverse that we know and love. Every single one of these multiverses in question have 12 macrocosms, each being high complex multiversal. But it gets deeper than that. History, or time, is shown countless times to be a Type 3 multiverse. Shout out to Mr. Crafty Scales for getting me these scans, by the way. Go subscribe to him. Now, if you don't know what a Type 3 multiverse is, I'll just tell you. It's infinite dimensional. Here's some scans for that. This would bring history and Demigra to high hyperversal. But it gets even better. Demigra was capable of absorbing Tokidoki, whose existence alone is responsible for all dimensions existing. This would put Demigra beyond spatial dimensionality, or in other words, outer versal. It goes higher though, cause you know, Dragon Ball. Demigra was stated to be able to collapse the entire real world of Dragon Ball heroes, which views this entire Dragon Ball multiverse, including time, including everything above it, to be mere fiction. He was stated to be able to collapse it with his presence alone. Now this real world viewing Tokidoki as fiction, the outer versal being, would make it high outer versal, and Demigra high outer versal as well. This would mean that Xeno Goku by association is high outer versal as well. Speed is very easy. Mirror transcends time, mirrors fodder to Xeno Goku, irrelevant speed. Now hacks. There's a lot, so I'm just gonna go rapid fire. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Strength and stamina recovery, time manipulation, probability manipulation, immunity to time manipulation, power and ability nullification, immunity to reality warping, godly regeneration, and immortality negation. So yeah, he brings a lot to the table. Let's move on though. CC Goku doesn't add much, as he's just relative to Xeno Goku, so we're gonna skip over him. But I must branch off of this to talk about Jump Force Goku. You know that real world I was talking about? Yeah, the high outer versal one? Well, a Jump Force character transcends this real world. His name is Prometheus. Transcending a high outer versal realm makes you boundless. And of course, Goku was able to fight well against him, making him scale the same. Now for Fortnite Goku. Here it's stated that the world of Fortnite has never seen such power, referring to Goku and Vegeta, making them the strongest characters in Fortnite, at least at the point in time that ad was posted. This would mean Fortnite Goku outscales the likes of Fortnite Galactus. Now, why is that important? Because Galactus was capable of absorbing the entire Fortnite 0 point. Why does that matter? Because the 0 point created the entire Marvel universe as confirmed in a Fortnite comic. Now, you may be questioning the canonicity of this comic, and trust me, so was I, until I found this tweet from Marvel writer Donny Cates, confirming that the comic is canon. Now you know what that means. I have to scale composite Marvel now, and whatever it gets to, Fortnite Goku gets to as well. To start, one standard Marvel universe is infinite in size, or tier high 3A, high universal. And there happens to be an infinite amount of these infinite universes inside a multiverse, as stated in this scan. The Watcher says, with every quantum moment in the life of a universe, an infinity of alternative realities is created. Each of these in turn gives birth to a multitude of additional infinities, and so on. In this scan from Marvel's website, this statement is made. The Omniverse is a huge place. Not only are there infinite universes inside of it, there are infinite multiverses inside of it. And in this scan, it's stated that infinite dimensions exist within the Marvel cosmology. All this would get the cosmology to tier high 1B, or high hyperverse level. There's more though. There exists infinite planes of reality that even go beyond the aforementioned infinite dimensions. They're known as invisible worlds, and they're said to be within this world, beside this world, but most importantly, above this world. These worlds are also beyond physics and mathematics, as seen here. This would get Marvel to tier low 1A, or low outerversal. Above that, Marvel has transfinite levels of existence, and each universe is transfinite. Marvel has realms that are beyond infinity and beyond infinity. Also note the untouched by neither time or space. This means anyone transcendental of this would have irrelevant speed on top of the massive power. Anyways, this would get the Marvel cosmology to tier high 1A or outerverse level. If you're thinking that's it, you're wrong. I know this is completely ridiculous, but the entirety of the Marvel Universe is a "and then I woke up" kind of trope. To quote the comic directly, a quality of unreality reigns here, of life as illusion, an endless ocean of dreams. There are those who believe this, who claim that our lives are nothing more than phantom images in the mind of the divine creator. It's all his dream, but it's quite the strong dream. It extends from creation's beginningless beginning to its ineluctable endless end. This beginning that is spoken of is so old that Galactus was an unborn thought in the mind of God. The dream itself contained infinite dreams, and is made up of layers of this shared dream we call reality that works on every level of creation. And this illusion concept doesn't stop there. Reality has more skins than a snake, each skin a new truth, each truth a new illusion, meaning all of reality is made up of layers, with each layer seeing the one beneath it as a mere illusion. This is backed up here. There's also infinite transcendence, and this scan here further confirms infinite realities, all viewing the one below it as an illusion. This scan confirms this on an even larger scale. So every thought, every dream of every creature alive and dead creates universes without limits. Then above this entire omniverse is what is known as the superflow. Every realm in this entire omniverse sits fodderized below the superflow. It's stated to be the highest level of reality, that is known at least. But beyond the superflow is the neutral zone, where neutronium is held, which is a byproduct of creation itself. The power of this neutronium upstarted Galactus' strongest form, Lifebringer Galactus, which made him a boundless wellspring of life energy. Now the cosmology has reached tier high 1A, or high outerverse level, and it still keeps going for some reason. Everything in multi-eternity, which encompasses everything I just talked about, is merely an aspect of all eternity. In this scan, it's stated that one eternity would ensure a boundless universe, a multi-eternity would ensure a boundless multiverse, and each universe's eternity is but one small facet of a larger multi-eternity, and multi-eternity views all of his eternities as dreams. And multi-eternity sees these eternities as mere narratives. To harness the power of multi-eternity is to make the omniverse your image and become unstoppable. Multi-eternity also transcends all levels of reality and dream, and it's all just flickering thoughts within his measureless consciousness. And there's more beyond that. The outside lays beyond multi-eternity and is beyond his influence. The outside is outside all systems, outside everything, beyond life, beyond death. Multi-eternity perceives it as an endless void, oblivion. Multi-eternity and Chaos King are equal, and Chaos King is just one aspect of eternity, of the infinity that is oblivion the outside. This oblivion views a multi-eternity along with the entire omniverse as a dream. Not only that, everything is a dream to oblivion, even the readers. He is the only reality. And there's more beyond oblivion. When the Shaper of Worlds died, he fell into oblivion and saw what lays beyond, the far shore. It was so vast that even he could not comprehend it. And past the far shore is the beyond. Beyond has layers of transcendence, and beyond the beyond is a higher dimension, the white hot room. Not even the beyonders can go here. The white hot room is a dimensionally transcendental space, but of course even this can be transcended. Beyond the white hot room is the abyss, and beyond that is what's called the mystery. It's so massive that it is seen as infinite by multi-eternity level characters. And at the center of the mystery is the House of Ideas. This is where one can use the fundamental creative force. Such power is used to create high universal things, one being the multi-eternity. And it is ruled by one character, the very peak of Marvel, the one who created it all, and has the power to effortlessly destroy it, the one above all. The one above all is outside and above, transcendental, of all of Marvel. He's the amalgam of every Marvel creator, editor, and reader. This would get the one above all and the Marvel cosmology to tier 0, boundless. To recap, the 0 point canonically created all of that, which Galactus outscales, and Fortnite Goku outscales him. Meaning, Fortnite Goku is boundless. But wait, there's one more version of Goku I gotta talk about. Lastly, there's God Fusion Goku. Many of you have probably been waiting for this one, and I'm here to tell you, God Fusion is the most overrated version of Goku to ever exist ever. His only real feat is that of metafictional transcendence, where he quote-unquote fuses with the audience for power. People like to do this to scale him above fiction, and no. Metafictional transcendence only applies to the verse you're in. Can't do that. To go further on that, what continuity even is this? As far as I'm concerned, it's just some random version of Goku. Not super, not heroes, not anything. He metafictionally transcends a universe of unspecified size. He effectively scales nowhere. Okay, so in conclusion, Composite Goku is baseline boundless with irrelevant speed. Now to see if fiction can compete. As I said in the intro, I will be using characters suggested to me by my Discord. Wukong and Okara the Dragonic Saiyan, subscribe to him by the way, suggested that I talk about all of the other verses that I've scaled, and to make a long story short, they stand no chance. Yeah, I know, monkey, I'll address it later. The strongest out of the 9 verses I've scaled is Marvel, which Comp Goku canonically outscales, but Okara continued to ask for top-tier anime characters like Ano's VOLDIGOAD and RIMURU Tempest. Not to mention several other people asked for the same 2 characters, so I'll do them. Let's start with RIMURU. RIMURU is stated to be able to destroy and recreate 10,000 parallel universes. These universes are of unspecified size and are therefore assumed finite, which would bring RIMURU to multiverse level. RIMURU is stated here to be exactly the speed of light, and he later gets 1 million times faster, bringing him to massively faster than light. Yes, I hear you. The very few RIMURU fans screaming in the back. No, he's not outerversal, shut up. There's this cosmology statement of infinite dimensions, but RIMURU affects no such construct. He's not even touching high hyperversal. RIMURU is overrated fodder, let's move on to Anos. To start, Anos is stated to be capable of destroying the Silver Sea.
Well, what's that?
Let's find out. I have to look into some cosmology, so this may take a minute. Look at this. Yeah, I know, VSBW bad, but it's a direct quote from the book. So a world in the cosmology would be an infinite universe, as stated like 10 times in that screenshot. Now, there's a bunch of those, but that's incredibly small compared to the rest. An example of a world would be Militia World, which exists at layer 1 of the Silver Sea. There are 99 layers. Notice the word layers. That is incredibly important. This would imply that they are separate layers stacked on top of each other, each being above the last. This sounds a lot like dimensions. This image is a great representation of it. Now, it's tough here. The layers thing can be interpreted in different ways. It's never outright stated that these layers are higher dimensions, but it can be interpreted that way. Anos could be very fodder or straight up hyperversal. Still getting violated by Goku either way though. Next, Anti-Spiral from Gurren Lagann. Anti-Spiral created something called Super Spiral Space, a place where thought is given form. Besides that, it's an infinite multiverse. Universes are being created instant to instant as they're being perceived. Besides that, infinite universes is just straight up stated. And those universes being infinite in size is stated as well. Kind of irrelevant information, but I found this cool. Every galaxy is a universe of its own. So there's a lot of infinity going on here. Now that scale's high, but look at this one. The super spiral space uses quantum mechanics, which is infinite dimensional by nature. This would put super spiral space and anti-spiral at high hyperverse level. Oh, and he transcends time, so irrelevant speed too. Anti-spiral scale's very high, but he ain't beating Goku. Next up, Alien X from Ben 10. Here, Alien X is shown to recreate a destroyed universe. How big is that universe, you ask? It's infinite. Oh, you're waiting for the part where I continue? No, people overplay Alien X so insanely hard that it's laughable. I searched far and wide on a great journey through the infinite cosmos of the internet, and I couldn't find a single scan getting him past 4th Dimensional Universe Plus. If you're a Ben 10 scaler and you want to tell me all about how he's actually boundless or something, the Discord server's in the bio. But from what I can tell, bro's not even getting to multiversal. Now, SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI from the Naruto/Borutoverse. A lot of you guys like to scale him super high, so let's see what's up. Exhibit A. SHIBAI was stated to transcend to a dimension where a physical body isn't required. Again, you're waiting for Exhibit B, there is none. He has 1 4th Dimensional Universe Plus feat, and people try to use it to scale him to insane levels. There's no way to get him past 4th Dimensional. So many TikTok kids love to overrate him and make these giant videos on why he's actually like infinite dimensional or something. It's all untrue. He is 4th dimensional, he's not getting past 4th dimensional, I'm sorry.
So, it's not looking great for fiction right now. Big twist, we got some collabs in this video.
I got a bunch of friends to join me and scale their strongest characters against Goku. The first of those being my brother, JONPIZZAPASTA.
Hey guys, it's your favorite cyborg scaler, JONPIZZAPASTA. Today I'll be scaling something a little different compared to the more common shonen matchups you'd expect for a Goku fight. Today I'll be pitting the god of the Pokemon world, Arceus, against the Saiyan raised on Earth, Goku. I'll be using Saiyaman scale for Super Goku, so for now let's see how this creator of all things matches up against our favorite space ape. So to start things in the most simplest of ways, I want to be upfront. I don't think Goku even stands a chance. Now, I know how crazy that sounds, Goku losing to a Pokemon? But believe me when I say it's a lot more likely than you'd first think. For starters, Arceus is just straight up unkillable by normal means. You see, Arceus themselves exist outside of traditional time and space, living in a dimension of their own which they can enter and exit at will whenever they so choose. Not only that, they only ever send out an avatar of their true self, as that's generally all they ever need. These avatars hold within them only a fraction of Arceus' true power, but a fraction of the immensely powerful Arceus is no small feat. Arceus, as the god of creation in the Pokemon mythos, exists above multiple conceptual beings. These include the ones we know he created, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Azelfuchsia, and Mesprit, as well as the ones we could logically assume they had a part in, Xerneas and Yveltal, for example. This puts Arceus above things like time and space, as well as things like willpower, emotion, and even knowledge. Not only that, they exist above the dimensions created by these Pokemon. They are quite literally omnipresent, existing within all things at once. Speaking of dimensions, how many dimensions are there? Oh boy, that's a tall order that I'm happy to serve up. So most people would say there may be 2 or 3, maybe even 5. I'm here to blow that conception out of the water by saying it's at least 50 entire dimensions. Now I know how insane that sounds, but hear me out. Arceus exists above and outside all of time, which would include all alternate timelines and the time-space within them. That means every game and its color-coded counterparts are just alternate timelines or dimensions with which Arceus has dominion over. This also includes the alternate timelines where the bad guys win in the Rainbow Rocket storyline, the Dream World, which each dream is its own world which can be visited, meaning it is its own cosmology technically, and places like Ultra and Wild Space, which are also separate cosmological constructs. Not to mention places like the Distortion World or the Time and Space realms where Dialga and Palkia reside. That means Arceus exists above multiple infinite dimensions and an even larger, possibly innumerable amount of finite dimensions. To go even further, the individual games and the adventures within them are their own take on that timeline. This is mostly a headcanon, however it's somewhat supported by in-game text, as Pokemon traded from other games are stated to have crossed time and space to join you. This means that across the entire franchise, there's at least 340 million dimensions. That's insane to think about, which is why I'll leave that as a highball statement, which you can interpret as you see fit. So we've got an omnipresent, omniscient being who exists above, at the bare minimum, 50 dimensions, who can erase a being from existence with a simple thought. Yeah, sorry, Goku, but you aren't leaving a dent on the god of the Pokemon world. Or should I say, worlds. Either way, this fight goes to Arceus. Now to pass it along to the next player in this gauntlet.
Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Crafty. Before I do the skill, I'd like to say thank you again, SaiyamanSpeaks, for inviting me on this channel to give my opinion on one character that just beats Goku. I was going to do a character known as Sinbad, but his scaling is really too complicated to spill for like a minute or two, so I'll just quickly go over a more, person that's more generally accepted and easier to scale, and that being Buddha from Journey to the West. The reason why that makes Buddha so powerful is because he achieved Nirvana. The reason why Nirvana is so powerful in the Journey of the Rest standpoint is because you have absolute freedom. What it means by that, it goes into detail being you're freed and beyond all things, including all forms or terms of duality. If you don't realize something, duality is something, anything can be a duality. Technically speaking, you can literally just argue non-Goku and Goku's a duality, initially putting him above Goku, but more realistic standpoint, you can argue that logic and non-logic is a duality. That being the case, then you can literally just argue Buddha being above the tiering system, because us as human beings use logic to place tiers or understanding of tiering, so us proving that he's beyond all duality, even logic or non-logic, put him above the tiering system. Or you can just go over different forms like space and non-space, concepts and non-concepts, dimensionality, non-dimensionality, so on and so on. You can even argue transcendence and non-transcendence. It really gets just so broken what Nirvana is, and he literally can do whatever. He's just beyond all things you can imagine Goku could ever achieve to be.
Hey guys, Editor Sayman here. I was supposed to have several more collabs on the video, but they kinda couldn't get their parts in on time, so on to the outro, I guess.
Now, there's all of that, but there's one important factor I forgot to mention. What I call the fiction soloing club. Characters like Sun Wukong and Sinbad who can just win fights because they feel like it. You heard me. I don't know much about Sinbad, that's Mr. Crafty Scales territory, he's making a video about that soon. But I can tell you all about Sun Wukong. He has an ability where he just becomes stronger than you, and generates infinite clones of the same strength, instantaneously. And he has the absolute peak of speed as well, so it's near impossible to negate this. It's safe to say a composite Goku murders most verses, but you know what they say, there's always a bigger fish. It is with great sadness that I announce the end of Can They Beat Goku? Just kidding, Season 2 starting in 2 weeks. But with a twist, every single fight will be equal stats.
Meaning all of the types of scaling that I've been talking about for 27 minutes and 28 seconds will be made irrelevant.
These fights are entirely hacks, skill, and intelligence based. Now that you know Goku's one of the strongest fighters, you gotta tune in on March 18th to begin your journey of discovering, is he the most skilled? Bye guys.
Thank you for watching this almost perfect video.
Can you drop the ego for 1 second?
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And hit the notification bell for future updates. Or else. Ha ha ha!